yeah. Um,
So that's how you
and so
decide.
I think it was around that time that I was like, I want to kind of um, not like make my content about racial issues and talk about these more like controversial things, but I was more, I wouldn't say I wasn't unwilling to talk about them before, but I guess they kind of became more like present on my mind. So
Mm,
if a situation came up where it called for that, I would talk about it. I made a post maybe a couple months after that talking about racism in Japan. I
mm,
would get this question all the time: does racism exist in Japan? From like black people, like usually black like high schoolers, because they were interested in moving to Japan at some point, and they were like, "Is racism there?" And I was like, so I made a TikTok saying I get this question all the time, and the answer is yes, it exists here, just like it does everywhere else in the world. And I gave an example when I got pulled over by some, not pulled over, but stopped by some police officers who wanted to do an ID check, which is very common for black people living in Japan, especially in Tokyo, especially in the area where I was at. I was in
yep.
Roppongi going to
Yo,
get my
yeah.
haircut.
Yeah, you were just
I was like asking for it. And so um and I said in the TikTok, like I asked them why they stopped me, and they said, "Oh, this is a dangerous area. We're stopping not only you, but like lots of people because it's dangerous." And I was like, I don't believe that at all,
yeah.
because there were tons of other people who were around, like Japanese people and other foreign people, but I was the only black foreigner that was there in that area. And so they passed me on the street, and I was like, "Oh, great, good, I'm safe. They're not going to stop me." They looped around and came back for me, though.
Wow, I am getting flashbacks.
Right?
Yep, go on, go
Are
on.
you getting flashbacks?
I'll share in a second. Yep, I will tell you my story in a second. Wow,
Ooh,
wow,
ooh, I can't wait.
yeah, wow.
um,
Whew.
and so I shared that, and I was like, yeah. So I mean, this is nothing is like, but stuff happens here because racism is an issue. It's a worldwide problem,
Yeah, yeah.
and um, it was very interesting the response to that video. I was not anticipating all of the like nothing rude. Well, some rude stuff was said, but like a lot of foreign people
Mhm.
like came for me. Were like, "You're just playing the race card. There's another black person playing the race card, and the policemen were just doing their job. If you don't like it, go back to your country. You know the whole thing." And I was like, "Wow, this is crazy." And some Japanese people commented too. Some of them were like, "Yeah, this is a huge problem for Japan. Like, please forgive us. We're an island nation, and we don't get much exposure." Like, they were acknowledging that the problem was there, but they were saying, "Please don't hold it against like the country as a whole." And I was like, "I'm not holding it against like, you all. Like, I know some people are very ignorant to
Mm,
to a lot of things that you wouldn't expect them to be ignorant to, but I know it's not everybody."
yeah,
But some Japanese people were like, they were explaining the same thing that the other foreign people said. Like, they were doing their job. Like, of course they're going to stop you. Don't you know there's lots of um, a lot of like shady black people in Roppongi, which I mean there are, like the Nigerian people. They be up to some stuff there, you know.
yeah, standing on the sidewalks there, and you're sort of like, "What are you standing in front of? Yeah, what's going on there?" Yep.
Oh man, but so it was interesting seeing that response, but most of the responses were very supportive. People being like, "Yes, that's happened to like my husband.
Yeah.
I'm a light skinned person from Brazil, and he's dark skinned,
Mhm.
and I never get stopped, but he gets stopped all the time." And a lot of people could relate, and were very like, they were like, "I'm sorry that that happened to you." They were so like understanding and supportive.
Yeah.
But there were definitely a considerable amount of comments that disagreed with me
Yep.
and
Mhm.
were borderline rude in how they responded.
People on the internet get
um,
real confident when they're behind a
they
screen.
do. They get so confident.
Mhm, mhm. Y'all got a
Dang,
lot to
y'all
say right
bold.
now. Okay.
Hmm.
No, yeah,
Right.
your story,
Yes.
the way that
Please share
you
your story.
reminded me
Mhm.
very much of and I'll very briefly share it, but I lived in a small town, as I mentioned, and I lived in Kamogawa, which is in southern portion of Chiba Prefecture. And
Okay.
we have Kamogawa SeaWorld. down there. Oh, that's Chiba Kun.
Oh, okay.
It's my little Yubikita.
Nice.
Yes, I was a Chiba Queen ambassador. Whole another story. And
Wow.
so I was walking from my apartment. It's probably like a mile or so. And my
Okay.
white friend had come down to visit me, and we were walking
Mhm.
to Kamogawa SeaWorld, and we saw this cop car just like looping, right? Looping.
Oh.
We were like, maybe it's a different car each time, but like probably not, right? But we were like, we're just not gonna pay attention to it, right? Kept walking. We get to the ticket booth. I buy my ticket. I turn around, and I kid you not, Patrick, he's in my face. The officer's just like in my face. I can't even move anywhere, right? He's like, all
Dang.
right, show me your, they called a ID card, right? Your Zaibu Todoke. And
Mm.
proceeds to question me in Japanese, right? And of course I'm fluent in Japanese at this point. So I'm just like, yeah, I work at this school. I live here. I've been here for 2 years. Like, what else do you need? Right?
Oh.
As soon as he's done with me, he just leaves. Right. And my white friend was just like, I cannot believe that just happened. And I was just like, yeah, yeah, that did. He went on to post.
Wow.
And I got the same response that you did, right? Which was, oh, he's probably just a new officer and like he didn't know, so he just wanted to check. Like even from like my board of education and like people that I worked with, right? And I was just like,
Mm.
yeah, okay, I guess he's just that. But I'm like, I've also been in the paper here. It's a very small town. I probably teach his kids if he has them. Like, let's not do that, right?
Wow.
But
Let's not.
the circling thing, I was just like, woo, yeah, they circle and then you realize that they're coming for you, and it's sort of just like
Mhm.
you don't even know what to do, right? But yeah, I think
Dang.
it's really great that you're using your platform to really speak up about those things and also share your experience, right? Because that's all you can really do is speak from your experience, but
Mhm.
it's important. And I think a lot of people will, for years, be very grateful that you chose to do that.
I
So
hope so.
first of all, thank you for that. I know we could go, probably keep talking.
Go all night.
Right, but I want to give you a chance to sort of promote anything you're working on or any of your channels, anything that you want to sort of talk about. I don't know if you have any like collaborations you can let us know that are coming up or anything like that. Just drop some hints.
Let's see. As far as TikTok videos, I don't have any like collabs coming out soon. Excuse me, but there is something I'm working on. I'm putting together with one of my followers. He reached out to me. We're putting together some merch.
Okay. All right. All right.
We got some designs. We went back and forth about a few things, and we have a couple different designs that I think are going to be really, really good. Like
Right.
some are more like cute, some are more like funny. They're all like, I don't know about all of them, but most of them are like inside jokes
Yes.
for like the people who follow my videos or
Yeah.
watch my videos. Like, definitely show you explosion hairs up in there. There's some good stuff I think that is coming soon for merch. So that's like the biggest thing I have right now. That's in the works.
Yeah.
I don't know when it'll be ready.
Okay. We won't.
But,
I won't pressure you. I'll just like send you a message every once in a while. I'll be like, hey, how's that merch going? What's going on?
How's it going?
Or you know, you do. You start like dropping like hints in your story, right? You just start dropping like cases, like the samples, right?
Yeah.
And then we'll be like, okay, we're ready. We gotta
It's
get our
almost ready,
money.
yeah.
Okay, that's the issue. We gotta get that money. Okay, so let us know so in advance so we can save up.
In advance. Okay, I'll give you the
You give us at
hookup.
least 6 month advance. No, I'm just yeah, no, that sounds
Yeah.
awesome. That will be really great. Merch is
Mhm.
always a really great option and things like that. So I'm looking
Mhm.
forward to seeing when that comes out for sure, and looking forward to continuing to see how you continue to grow. Do you think you're going to be in Japan sort of like forever? You think in like a little bit? You don't know yet.
As of now, I plan to be here in Tokyo for another 3-4-ish years.
Yeah.
And that could change.
Yeah.
This isn't like I guess upcoming stuff, but I recently became a model as well.
I saw that. I did see that. Yes. Yeah.
And so I'm gonna be like
Explain that.
basically I'm gonna be doing modeling work as well as possibly like I'll be featured in like commercials / possibly TV shows. And with my TikTok being what it is, the people who are also in that agency were telling me like you'll get kind of pushed forward a lot. You'll get probably a lot more opportunities. So I might be popping up in a lot of random places here in Japan, maybe
Oh,
worldwide. I don't know. I don't know.
don't put it out there
I
worldwide.
have no idea what.
Don't put it out worldwide. Not even a question. I will put it out worldwide if nothing else.
Thank
So
you.
yeah, we love to hear that. I love that.
Oh, so I was saying, so with that, it might extend to more than just like 3 or 4 years. My stay in Japan. I don't know,
You never
but
know. You never know where your life
right,
will take you, right?
exactly. You never know.
Anyway, the wind blows. All
I
right.
do eventually, at some point, want to move back to the U.S.
Okay. Yeah. That's what I was
To
gonna
be
say.
closer to family.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. It is
my
definitely
sister.
hard to really live in Japan long term. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Especially when you have like little nieces and nephews that you want to
Yeah.
see. And
Yeah.
my nephew is 2 years old, and my niece is 4 months old, just
Yeah.
about. So
Yeah.
want to be more present in their lives.
They're probably like watching you on TikTok. They're like, "Oh my god, Uncle Patrick is so cool."
My sister, she shows them my TikToks. She
Of course.
shows my nephew all the TikToks. Yeah, which is
Love
really
that.
nice.
Love
Yeah.
that. Last question.
Oh,
And
this is the question.
this is the question. And I
Okay.
can't tell if it's going to be a difficult one for you or an easy one. I'm going to ask it. So,
Okay.
those of you that watch Paper Pat, you know that Mr. Patrick has a certain meal he sort of has to have every day. Okay. It is a caramel latte, I believe,
Yes.
and a donut.
Yes.
That is a routine at this point, right? That is a thing.
Pretty much, yeah.
Every time you go to school, the kids are like, "Oh, there's a caramel latte. There's a caramel latte." So now I'm going to ask you, caramel latte or donut. You can't have both. You can only have one.
Ooh.
Yeah, I couldn't tell.
Wow.
I was like, is this going to be an easy selection, or is this going to be like we got to think about this?
This is hard because I do love a good donut. Like, I'm a donut fiend.
Yeah.
I love donuts. But I think I would have to choose caramel latte.
Really?
Because I think so, yeah. Because I've gone out. I have a very specific kind of caramel latte. It's just the one that's nearest to me in the Kombini. The Lawson that I go to is right next to the station I take, so I just always go there. Lawson is good. So I always get the same one. But I've seen caramel lattes in other Kombinis I've gone to, and I always get them. Like, even if they're not the same brand, I'll still get them because I just love caramel lattes that much.
Got it.
I like all types of donuts. The specific donut I eat is the old-fashioned donut, which I just learned it's called that like last week.
That's a thing. That's a thing. Yes, yeah.
And it's like half chocolate, half plain, and I like that donut, but I don't always get that donut if I see it other places. I'll get other kinds of donuts because I just love donuts, but caramel lattes, I'll get whatever kind of caramel latte I see because it's good. I love caramel flavor.
Yeah.
So,
there you go.
Yeah, I would choose caramel latte.
There you go. Good. Loyal to the caramel latte. Loyal.
That was a good question.
I see. Yeah, I was like, oh, but I had to leave it so you didn't have time to think about it before because then you would have.
Gotcha.
But yeah, thank you so much, Patrick.
Thank you for having me. This was fun.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
And I can't wait to see what you do in the future. And we're ready for merch. So when it's ready, just let us know. We'll go ahead.
All right, I'll let you know for sure.
Yeah. Thank you.